What's up, y'all? It's Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, we're going to be reacting to Awful Coaching's video. Talking about how Timberwolves coaches need to see jail time versus Mavericks. Now, I'll be the one to say it. This guy does not know ball. And I know it's going to make a lot of people mad because this guy really blew up during the Lakers-Nuggets series and everybody likes what he has to say. He does not know ball. Why do I know that? I've watched some of his TikToks. And he just does not know the game of basketball as well as I think he should.
Timberwolves coaches are criminals. Criminals. The NBA, something has to be done about these brain dead coaches.
The way that this guy blew up is off of yelling at Darvin Ham. That's how this guy blew up. I just want you guys to know that.
All the rest. First of all, why am I not icing this screen? Easy to keep Luka Doncic to the sidelines. Conley's right there in backside help.
Okay, so you ice him to the left side. Okay, then Rudy Gobert is basically in what? It's gonna end up being the same thing. That's a fine thing to ask for if that is their game plan. But I don't even think that's their game plan.
Also, I could hedge this.
Either way, I mean, it doesn't matter. You're sending two at him whether you ice it or you don't ice it.
Screen. Do you realize if Rudy Gobert comes out, Luka Doncic, Anthony Edwards is in backside help, Luka Doncic's going to have to pick his dribble up instantly on the hedge. The half-court line's right there. So Rudy Gobert will be hedging for about a half second and then recovering back to Gafford. Anthony Edwards goes from being in backside help right back to Derrick Jones Jr. But you end up trapping here.
Okay, so what does he want to do? I'm confused. What does he want to do? I'm confused at what he's saying.
Second.
So he wants Gobert to step up. Either way, he's gonna hit Gafford on the roll.
Recovering back to Gafford, Anthony Edwards goes from being in backside help right back to Derrick Jones Jr. But you end up trapping here. It doesn't, even if you're trapping, you have no backside help. So
what do you want to do? What are you wanting to do? Are you not wanting to send two at Luka Doncic? Okay, his first point didn't really make a whole lot of sense. The icing thing made a little sense. Okay, you're forcing there. Either way, you're gonna get in rotation.
The second Gafford catches.
Okay, this is a bad rotation on Cat, and this is not a game plan thing. This is what I want you guys to realize. If he gets mad at the Timberwolves coaching staff for Cat helping here, that is flat out not knowing and not listening to Chris Finch postgame, specifically talking about the first three of the game being a mistake by Karl-Anthony Towns. Cat is not supposed to help here. What's supposed to happen is Ant be the low man. Conley play 2-with-1. If he throws to Derrick Jones Jr., Conley goes there, and then you're in rotation. That's what happens.
Just this ball, someone's gonna be wide.
It's Cat. Okay. Do you know how low man works? Ant's the low man in that situation, not Cat. You see Jaden's rotation. That's how the rotation's supposed to work. Cat is not supposed to be in help though. That's Cat's fault.
Open.
That's Cat's fault. That's not a game plan fault. That's Cat's fault.
Brain deadness in the NBA. It's criminal. Mike Conley gets screened. So what are we doing about it? I would hedge and push Luka Doncic to half court. No place for Gafford to roll.
Okay, if you hedge hard, he's going to... What Luka does so good is he keeps his dribble. He's going to keep his dribble, extend the double team. That's what he's going to do. So either way, you're in rotation. Yes, if the plan is to hedge, Gobert does need to be higher. I agree, if that is your game plan.
Daniels is right there.
Okay, but if Jaden McDaniels is right to where he says, then guess what? Cat's got to play a 2-on-1 with Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? If he does step so high, and Gafford catches, let's say, at the three-point line, and Jaden McDaniels does step there, well, then Cat's playing a 2-with-1. It's the same situation.
You do nothing.
This is fine. This is fine.
Mike Conley screened.
Mike Conley is in fine defensive position right now.
He's off balance.
Mike Conley is not off balance. What are you talking about? Is it a good matchup for Mike Conley? No, but there's no reason for Gobert to still be there. Mike Conley is in perfect defensive position. What are you critiquing? You're just talking to talk right now. You're talking to talk.
Right into the step back.
You think that's bad defense? You genuinely watch this possession and think, wow, this is just bad coaching by the Timberwolves.
Mike Conley screened. He's off balance.
What are you talking about? Mike Conley,
right into the
that's a fine contest. Like, that's Luka hitting a 30-foot three. If you want to complain about anything, complain about the fact that Mike Conley was on Luka Doncic and you wanted to double team it and find a way to get Mike Conley off of Luka. Like, whatever. That's a good shot, but it's not bad defense.
Step back. It's so sad. This is why you have problems in the world. You have people making...
Now, this is something the Mavs have done a lot in this series, right? They'll run the pick and roll to this side. Now, in my opinion, it's still tough to guard. It's still tough to guard. Ant has to be the low man in this situation. And what needs to happen...
Millions of dollars, and they're just awful. These Timberwolves coaches are so brain dead. I wish I could say even more hard.
This dude does not know ball. It makes me so mad. You don't know ball.
Things. So you trap Anthony Edwards. You gotta stay in backside help.
Yes, he is. It's not the Timberwolves coach's fault. He is in backside help.
You have to.
Now, what he needs to do is stay on Derek Lively here. That's all that has to happen. Stay on Derek Lively, see the pass go to Josh Green, and then rotate back. Close out hard on Josh Green, or semi-hard, because Gobert's still at the rim. Make Josh Green make a read instead of Luka Doncic.
If a skip pass.
Yes, Anthony Edwards, you're going to see it, is going to be the common denominator. Him and Karl Anthony Towns not following the game plan. It's not the coaching staff.
This is made to Josh Green. You'll rotate there. But
Jaden in this position, if he's chasing Luka, he's not in position to rotate to Josh Green right now. He's just not. Obviously, with where Luka's at.
Can't leave.
Yes, Ant needs to stay on Lively, 100%.
You can't.
But that's not the coaching staff.
The brain deadness in the NBA, and these...
It might be brain dead by Anthony Edwards, sure.
Owners are corrupt too. These owners that hire these people are criminals. They should be in jail as well. Rudy Gobert's coming to double baseline. So this is something you work on, right? In practice.
Yes, you do. It's a game plan mistake. Again, if Gobert does go to help, Cat rotates to Derek Lively, who he can, make sure the lob's not there. Jaden plays a 2-with-1. Ant's in rotation. Conley's in rotation. You figure it out.
The brain dead.
But it's not the coaching staff.
Karl Towns has to rotate.
And watch the Timberwolves coaching staff in response to this play.
Immediately when Rudy Gobert doubles the helper on Lively. Look at this. Rudy Gobert's coming to double. Towns isn't even seeing the ball. Brain deadness. These owners are corrupt.
Brain deadness by who, though? By Cat. Not the Timberwolves coaches. If you come up with a game plan and the players don't succeed it, that's not the coaching staff's fault. You got to know ball. Again, just because the Lakers didn't do it well versus the Nuggets in round one doesn't necessarily mean it's the coaching staff's fault.
Daniels is picking up Luka Doncic full court, which is already a terrible idea.
Is it? Luka's hurt. You try to wear him out. It's not like, why is it a terrible idea? He's not been in foul trouble because of this, for the most part. Luka hasn't blown by Jaden very much at all in the full court. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. What's the problem with this?
But if you're gonna do that, I gotta force him to the middle of the floor and show your hands and slide your feet. Show your hands, slide your feet.
Is that not what he's doing right now?
Keeping him towards help. And guess what Jaden McDaniels does?
Okay, that's a hook by Luka. I want to make that clear. That's a hook by Luka.
Continues to not force him to the middle of the floor.
I agree right here. You don't want to give up the right hand. I agree with that because then you're playing the 2-with-1 here. But
oops, there's a gamble. Now you're off balance. Step back in your face.
I mean, if this is what you call bad defense, I don't know. Like, that is a good... It's Luka making great plays. He is a great player. It's going to happen. But you're blaming the coaching staff for players making maybe mistakes. Like, you don't even know what the situation is. In 2 out of your 4 highlights, they've been decent contests.
I hate the NBA. I hate looking at this. Micah Nori, Chris Finch should be in jail.
If Kyrie goes off to the right hand, now Nas maybe needs to stay mostly attached. He's not in low man help. Anthony Edwards is in low man help here. And then Kyle Anderson plays 2-at-1. You rotate out of that.
Jail. Karl Towns is playing up on the screen.
Yes.
Kyle Anderson, you've got to get in backside help. You cannot.
Agree. Agree. Ant is still the ultimate low man, but yes, Kyle Anderson needs to be somewhat in.
Let the pass to Lively get made. What are you doing?
I mean, Kyle Anderson's in fine position. I might be slightly lower on the floor. He's in fine position. Fine position right now.
Get over here.
No, because if you get over all the way to Lively, then you got a Josh Green 2-on-1 situation. Make the pass to Lively. It's not like Lively's in deep. That's a fine.
If a skip pass is made, you'll recover.
Okay. First of all, I don't know if you know, Kyle Anderson is not the fleetest of foot, okay? So if you have a Kyle Anderson closing out on Josh Green, it's probably not going to end well. If you put 2 on the ball, somebody's going to be open. Okay, now, when Lively is in this position right now, boom, then Kyle Anderson needs to take maybe a step over. Because now Lively's at 18 feet, 20 feet basically, instead of 25 feet. So yes, at this stage, maybe needs to step in a little more. But look at Anthony Edwards. We're in fine position right now. If this pass is made to Derek Lively, Ant needs to step up a little bit, put pressure on him, and then you're in fine. You're in fine rotation.
I get live.
That's fine. Ant steps up right there. We're in perfect position. Perfect position if Ant steps up. Nas needs to stay attached to this corner. But if Ant steps up here, you're in fine position. Fine.
The Mavericks have numbers.
Not necessarily. Kyle Anderson needs to do it. This is more about Kyle Anderson in his position. You are fine right now. You're fine. Kyle Anderson overreacted a little too much to the corner. Kyle Anderson's in bad position. That's Kyle Anderson.
Brain deadness. And where are the...
I mean, again, though, it's Josh Green making a 3. Like, at the end of the day, if you put 2 guys on Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic, it's the NBA. Somebody's going to make shots. Yes, Kyle Anderson slightly out of position there, and he made his pay.
YouTube channels to say this. One day, brain dead individuals will not be allowed to coach in the NBA anymore.
Do you understand the concept of a low man? Let me ask you that, awful coaching, because I don't think you genuinely do. What is a low man? Do you understand it? I don't think you do.
One day, that day is certainly not today. This Timberwolves coaching staff is a complete clown show.
Yeah, it's a clown show that led us to the Western Conference Finals. Yep, it's an absolute clown show. You're right, though. You know more about basketball. You look like you've played competitive basketball, too, honestly. You do.
Karl Towns is playing up on the screen. You can never, ever let the ball handler turn the corner.
I agree. But at the same time, do you realize how good Kyrie Irving is at splitting double teams too? You're blaming the Timberwolves coaching staff for this. These are game plan mistakes by the players.
Ever, I gotta cut Kyrie Irving's dribble off at the point of the screen. Look at Towns, not up enough.
Cat was in fine position. The rotations are fine. Cat is thinking Conley's gonna come back over. Like, that's Cat's mindset. He has to eventually get back to the role too.
Easily turns the corner. You're 2.
Can you just give credit to Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic one time?
It's right here. The NBA is corrupt. The owners, the coaches, you're looking at this play here and thinking it's okay. When will brain dead individuals not look at this pick and roll defense? The Timberwolves coaches should be arrested and put in jail for life. Life. Rudy Gobert, I'm not giving Kyrie Irving a wide...
Agree. It has to be a gameplay mistake. And this is, I don't know, maybe the Wolves made like a drop coverage game plan decision here. I don't know. Not a part of it, of those discussions. But it looks like Rudy is in a complete drop right now. And it's against what they have done all game. And to start the series, they tried drop. So, I mean, you know what? I'm not saying that they're not.
Life. Rudy Gobert.
What I think this is, I think the Timberwolves are in a zone, to be completely honest. I think the Wolves are in a zone. So in my opinion, what needs to happen if they are in a zone is Nickeil needs to somehow get through this screen better and then play on the other side of it. I don't know, though. If the Wolves are still in a zone, I think Rudy can step up higher than he is right now because there's nobody at the rim. But I do think the Wolves are in a zone here, which I don't think he understands.
Life. Rudy Gobert. I'm not giving Kyrie Irving a wide open 3 here. I'm hedging, pushing him to half court. There's no place for Gafford to roll. Look at this. Tell me why these Timberwolves coaches should not be in jail.
I mean, they're in a zone. It's bad defense. I don't know what you want me to say. Like, it's just bad defense.
For life. This is the NBA. You are ruining the sport.
But like he acts like the Timberwolves coaches wanted this shot to happen. They don't want this to happen.
Look at that pick and roll defense, and I'm supposed to think it's okay. And where's B-ball breakdown or hoop venue or thinking?
B-ball breakdown knows way more about the game of basketball than you do. It's not even a comparison. It's not even close. Literally night and day difference. You know nothing about basketball. You sit on the screen and yell at the camera.
This is corruption. I don't know what else there is to say. Mike Conley's left in isolation with Kyrie Irving. Jaden McDaniels.
Yes. Again, game plan mistake. I don't think so. Mike Conley mistake. Yes. Mike Conley allows him to go baseline here. It's a Mike Conley mistake, not a game plan mistake. You can see Jaden in help. Mike Conley, I think game plan wise, is not supposed to let him go right.
Daniels coming to help you. Keep him to the middle of the floor.
Look at how he's squared up too. Mike knows he should not give up baseline, and he still does.
Corruption. Look at this. Mike, not only are you not keeping him to the middle of the floor, you are actively making sure he can go baseline where there's no help. What is there to say? These brain-dead coaches are killing
It's not the
game.
coaches. It's not the coaches.
Think about being a Timberwolves player. Just think about this is illegal. Like there's no chance that this is not a lob. None. Ice the screen. Keep Luke.
Bro. So you ice this. It's a dribble handoff. It's a dribble handoff. It's a dribble handoff. So at this point, when Luka catches it, you can't just ice the screen.
Coaches are killing the game.
Look, you got to realize, Jaden McDaniels just got through an off-ball screen. So if he wants to try to deny the catch, okay, that's fine. But once Luka catches it, it's impossible to get there to ice the screen.
About being a Timberwolves player.
They're hedging high. That's fine. This is their game plan. Hedging high is fine if the low man is there.
Just think about this is illegal. There's no chance that this is not a lob. None. Offord has no place to roll to. None. How is this anything other than a lob? Luka Doncic can walk in the.
But again, it's a pick your poison thing. When Jaden McDaniels gets in this position, I want to know what he wants him to do. He gets on his back. Okay, what do you want him to do? Gotta have Nas in low man situation here probably and try to recover, but it's tough when Luka is so good at the game of basketball. He's so good. You ice it, it's going to be the same situation. You ice the screen, it's going to be the exact same situation. So I don't know what you're wanting. It's going to be the exact same situation.
What is Naz Reid supposed to do? Does he step up and take?
Nas is probably in low man situation here. Probably is. But again, then you got to give up a three. I don't know.
Out the lob? Well, now it's a corner three for PJ Washington.
But it's the simple situation of if you put two on the ball, this is what you give up. It's what you give up. No team in the NBA, if they put two on the ball, doesn't give this up against Luke and Kyrie. You just don't.
Corruption. The FBI's got to look into this. Rudy Gobert is stuck on Kyrie Irving.
And he's going to say, oh, you got a double team, just like all the national reporters. Look at the shot Kyrie gets. This is great defense here. This is great defense. Again, Rudy Gobert this season in isolation has been a fantastic defensive player. The media isn't going to tell you that. Stan Van Gundy won't tell you that. Draymond Green won't tell you that. All these national reporters don't know ball. Gobert in ISO situations is actually pretty good. You send a double team. Okay, well then guess what? You're going to give up a wide open three.
On the perimeter in isolation. We certainly got to help here.
No, you don't. You don't. I don't care what this clown says. You do not help.
Right? Like Jaden McDaniels could get over in the gap.
Yeah, and when Jaden McDaniels was in the gap, he gave up 3 30-foot bombs to Luka. Luka hit 5 threes, 3 of them off this. So what are you talking about?
If his feet are set, he can stunt at the ball and recover. Or Naz Reid is just...
His name is Naz Reid, not Naz. Random.
One of these two things have to happen. Naz Reid can sit in the paint right here and just wait to help. And when Kyrie Irving comes to the middle of the floor, if he kicks it to the corner, McDaniels would rotate to the corner and Derrick Jones Jr., Naz Reid would come to the wing and Luka Doncic. You do nothing. You think that this is an okay matchup right here.
So you want Nas to come completely up and double Kyrie. Okay, well then you're either going to give up probably a lob to Powell or a wide open three to Derrick Jones Jr. This is fun.
Gotta keep Kyrie Irving to the middle of the floor where there's some help. But Rudy Gobert's just on an island.
Like, if you think this is... I know that's Kyrie's spot. Again, great players make great shots. But if you think like this is bad defense, I genuinely don't know what to tell you.
There's some help. But Rudy Gobert's just on an island.
That's great, D. That's just Kyrie hitting a big-time shot.
Nikhil Alexander-Walker and Jaden McDaniels are not good defensive players. They are fake good defensive players.
Again, a guy that knows nothing about basketball at all. Nothing.
Naz reach me back and help. This is Jaden Hardy. He plays about 6 seconds a game.
Okay, and he's still a really good offensive player in the NBA. Like,
Nikhil Alexander-Walker, keep him to the middle of the floor where there's help and there's 6 seconds on the clock. Why are you're actively letting him go away from all your help? And you have a pathetic gamble.
That was a bad gamble. I agree.
This is a comedy.
Like, I agree. I don't think it's coaching, though. I don't think it's coaching.
It is a parody. We live in a corrupt system. These owners and these coaches.
So what he's going to say is Kyle Anderson should go double. Okay, well, then you double one of the best passers in the league, and then Mike Conley is in the paint right now. What are you wanting to do? Double Luka every time he gets the ball? Is that what your game plan is? Okay, but then you're going to be in rotation, and when you got slow-mo on the court, it's just Mike Conley in the middle of the paint. It's just like,
this can't be this bad. You're ruining the sport. Kyle Anderson, Karl Towns gets stuck on Luka Doncic in the corner. Duh! You've got help in the middle of the floor. How many times is going to happen? Just shoot your hand, slide your feet, keeping them to the middle of the floor where there's help.
Again, that happened how many different times, and then they'd make the pass, and it's a good shot that they knock down.
Look at Karl Towns. You're not forcing him in the middle of the floor, you're actively forcing him baseline and gambling here. So now you're off balance.
I mean, again, a just great shot though. Like, I get it. He's one of the best offensive players in the league, bro. It's a good shot. It's just a good shot. It's not an easy shot though. That's not an easy shot.
It's sad, man. These owners, these coaches are corrupt. And where are the YouTube channels?
And watch, he's going to blame the Timberwolves coaches for this. There's one guy to blame for this who might be the worst off-ball defender in the NBA. And I love Anthony Edwards, but he might be the worst off-ball defense player in the NBA. Watch Anthony Edwards. This is not a game plan mistake. This is an Anthony Edwards mistake.
I need to show this in slow motion with a stupid analytic graphic with a really big voice with a catchy thumbnail. I can't wait for Hoop Venue's next vid on this.
This dude is an idiot, bro. All there is Anthony Edwards, bro. This is the problem with Anthony Edwards.
What is Anthony Edwards doing?
Exactly, so blame Anthony Edwards, not the Timberwolves coaching staff, please.
Mike Conley, stay with, why are you switching here? And then even on this.
They're switching because Ant is the low man in this situation, okay? You don't know basketball. Okay, this is a fine switch by Anthony Edwards and Mike Conley. This is a fine switch. Because what's going to happen is they're going to blitz the double team for Luka. They're going to give up the pass to Gafford. Ant's in low man help. And then Conley's playing too.
Switch.
But what happens here is Ant is automatically in low man help. Ant is paying no attention to the game of basketball right now. No attention. Luka didn't even use the screen. Ant doesn't need to be in low man. They needed to switch it earlier. Ant told Conley too late.
Anthony Edwards going. Why are you?
Blame Anthony Edwards then. It's not the coaching staff.
You're not in the corner. Well, what's the analytics for that? I noticed this while watching the game. It's the same.
No, it's Ant being in bad position. It's simple.
Thing. The Timberwolves should be winning the series. I don't know what else there is to say. This coaching staff, there's not one.
He's going to say, I used to pick and roll. Okay, so then Jaden McDaniels gets on his back and you're in the 2-on-1 situation. It's the same thing as drop coverage. Is that what you want? You want drop coverage? Is that what you want? So you get lob after lob?
Person on that staff that should be in basketball. Jaden McDaniels, you got help on the strong side of the floor. Look at Karl Towns helping off Derrick Jones Jr. Conley should be in the gaps too. Just keep him to the strong side of the floor. But here's Jaden McDaniels' fake good defense. You're coming up to body Luka Doncic. As you're coming uphill, he's just going to turn the corner away from where all that help is. All game.
I agree. I genuinely agree. He shouldn't have given that up. But again, what is the one thing you're noticing? Tough shot after tough shot. Luka might have got fouled here. But guess what? He still made it. These are tough shots. You could be mad at these small gameplay mistakes. The Ant one was bad. Other than that, it's big-time players making big-time plays.
It's just sad. The Timberwolves have no idea how to hedge or trap a ball screen. Karl Towns, you got to get up. You got to get all the way up. You got to get all the way up. Kyrie
I agree.
Irving can't turn the corner. You got to keep him towards the sidelines. Look at Karl Towns again. This is just coaching. Not even, that's
It's not just coaching. It's not.
coaching. Look, you don't go over this at all. Kyrie Irving easily able to turn the corner. It's 2 points every time.
I mean, yes, it's Kyrie's spot, but again, a 20-foot step back. It's tough.
This is it. You need a stop. You have to get a stop. And you run a defense where you have no chance of getting a stop.
Yeah, you run a defense that you got no chance of getting a stop. Meanwhile, the Mavs' offensive rating in the series has not been great. Meanwhile, the Timberwolves are the best defensive team in the regular season. You do not know basketball. It's clear. It's obvious.
This is illegal. These Timberwolves coaches should be in handcuffs. This is disgusting. Ice the screen.
You ice the screen. Guess what? Luka's gonna get Jaden McDaniels on his back. He's going to, because if you play over the screen, he's gonna get on his back. Gafford's gonna roll. The lob threat's gonna be there. It's the same thing as drop coverage. The exact same thing.
Luka Doncic to the sidelines. Where's Gafford rolling to? Nowhere.
If that happens, Gafford's rolling to the rim. If Cat takes over, then again, you're in the same thing as if you're,
Towns is waiting. Look at this. Nope. Let's run that play where we just give Luka Doncic, the best player in the sport, can walk in the paint. This is a lob every single time.
But it's going to be the same thing if you ice the screen. The exact same thing. This guy knows nothing about basketball. He wants to blame the coaching staffs when the players are not executing. And again, I'll pull up the exact statistics for the Dallas Mavericks. Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic have been incredible. They've hit some difficult shots. That's what they do. In crunch time, they're absolutely fantastic. But if you want to talk about their offensive efficiency during the series, they've scored 108 points, 109 points, 116 points. Yes, maybe too much, but again, I'd attribute more of that to the shot making of Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. This guy does not know ball. That's it. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.